So let's quickly recap what we have learned. Look at the cheat sheet, and there we go. So how do you create strings in Python? You create strings using enclosing text with either a double quote or a single quote. But if the string itself contains a double quote or a single quote, you use an escape character. So this is called the escape character, backslash. So anything with a backslash and the character following it is escape, meaning it's treated as a literal, not as a control character. Or the other way, a simpler way, is if you have a single quote, use double quotes. That way it's enclosed properly. But if you have a double quote inside the string itself, what you can do, if there was a double quote here, you can use a single quote to encapsulate the entire string. That's how you create strings. Next, how about string indices? Each character in the string can be accessed using an index. Starting with 0, the entire string is indexed. Python does it by default. You don't have to do anything, it's there for you. All you have to do is use the square bracket notation and then specify the index, and the character at that particular index will be returned to you. The next point is strings are immutable. So this is very important. Most of the time we run into problems with respect to strings because of this. Strings can be manipulated any which way you like, which we are going to look at in the next cheat sheet. But understand that a string itself is immutable, meaning each individual character in the string or any individual character in the string can never be changed. So meaning we know that the second or third character, identify index 2, is B, is A. Can we change it to B? No, we cannot do that. That's what is meant by strings being immutable. But you can do this. Name equals tutorial. What is the difference? Earlier, we were just trying to change a particular character in the string. And that's not possible because strings are immutable. But here, what happened? We are removing this. We no longer need that. We are creating a new string and assigning it to the name variable. So this is possible. Individual characters in the string cannot be changed, but you can take this variable, assign this to a totally new string. That is possible. That doesn't violate the string is immutable sentence. Okay. The next cheat sheet talks about the string methods in Python. Now there are so many different string methods in Python. We're not going to be able to talk about all of them. We'll talk about just some of them. Think of them as the most used string functions, but not necessarily. Depending on your project, you might have to go search on your own, and I've given where the URL is in the Python docs to find out all the possible string functions. Okay, the first thing is find function. What does the find function do? So it returns the index of a substring. The index of tech, the substring tech is 5. And that's what the find function returns. Next we have the split function. So how does the split function work? Split function splits the string by blank spaces. So this is a blank space. So if you split the string, this is one word, this is another word. You can also split by any character you like. It need not be spaces. If you don't specify anything as an argument, it splits by space or blank character. If not, you can specify any character you like. For example, in this case, we are splitting by a comma. And this sentence will be split into 2 words because there is a comma here. What else do you have? Is al num. So it stands for is alphanumeric. So a string could be alphabetic, purely alphabetic, no numerics. A string could be purely numeric, no alphabets. A string could be alphanumeric, which means it can contain a combination of alphabets and numerics only, no other characters, right? Or you could just search for just is alpha as well. So this returns is alphabetic only, no numerals. So for example, there is a number here and there is a special character here, like the bang, the apostrophe. So name is alphanum? No, it's false. What about this? Is alpha? This is also false. What if this was not there, these two characters? Then this would be true. What if this special character was not there and just it was Ajay Tech 2? Is alnum would return true. So there are a variety of functions in strings that you can use to verify if the string is purely alphabetic, purely numeric, alphanumeric, whether it contains special characters. All these functions are possible and built right into Python. And remember, I said these are not the only functions. There are so many different functions that you can go look at in the Python help URL that we have at the top of this page. And just to summarize some more, is upper, we have seen this in one of our assignments. Is upper returns if a character is uppercase or not. It returns true if it is uppercase and false if it is not. Capitalize capitalizes the first letter of the string, right? So AJAY becomes AJAY. The first letter is capitalized. Ends with, so we have not seen this in any of the challenges, but ends with is something similar to find. So for example, Ajay Tech, does it ends with ECH, ek? It does. It ends with the word or substring ek. It also ends with TECH, right? But does it end with AJ, substring AJ? No. This will return false. So it's a quick way of checking if a string ends with a particular substring. Join. So join, you'll understand more about join when we come to lists. But until that point, just understand that join combines strings, but not in the same way that you understand. So when we come to data structures, specifically lists, we'll talk about joins and string joins.